so now we're on green flag here. I just realised this entire time my mic has been muted, so anyway, hello and welcome to this race. I know we've already had 10 laps of racing, and yeah, if you're just joining us, we have just finished a safety car, so now Positive will want a really good restart. And now we're on green flag safety car's in. And Thallo's going to try and make a move on Nova here. Thallo overtakes Nova here. And Matthew is currently sat in 4th position. Hurricane with a 6-second time penalty. Sam with a 3, Deza with a 3, Harvey with a 3. And Armour King now with a 3-second time penalty for having multiple warnings on track. Now let's have a look at the gaps on the grid. So as we're... we seem to have a yellow flag. And Nova's got a 3-second time penalty. It's a nightmare for Nova. And Bicyc with another 3-second time penalty. What is going on tonight, Bicyc, mate? Positive will be delighted with the 3-second time penalty that Nova's been slapped with. Positive 118. On last lap, Positive with half points, but he'll be delighted with that because that'll extend his chances to get to the championship this season. He just lost out on it on the last race to Matthew last season, so no doubt he's still hungry to win his title. And now Matthew's dropped back behind Hurricane, however it won't matter, he's got a 6-second time penalty, so as it stands, Matthew will be ahead of Hurricane, however will he be ahead of Pepsi? And Dez has got another 3-second time penalty, mate. Oh no! Heartbreak for Deza right now. And it's Positive crossing the line on the sprint race, and he will start in 1st position for the sprint race and gets half points and sets a fastest lap. Congratulations, Positive. Now if he carries this into the next race, into the feature race, by the looks of things he will be dominant. And Bicyc has retired. So he will finish, well, he will start last on the grid. Driver of the day, Matthew. It's fair, I can't agree with that. He has had a good drive. So, after this is how the grid is going to look for the start of this race. Oh dear, apparently it's not coming up with Race Director even though I clicked Race Director. I seriously cannot believe I had my mic muted for over half an hour, thinking I was talking to you lovely folks, but turns out I was just talking to myself like an idiot. So, yeah. That's just my life. You can tell how tired I am if I'm doing that. But onwards and upwards. We still have the feature race to go for, so at least Deza kindly pointed it out to me before before we went into the feature race. Because if we had a feature race without anybody commentating, it would be rather droll. So, yeah, thank goodness for thank goodness for Deza's input in the Discord chat. Thanks, Deza. I'm an idiot. I mean, if you couldn't already tell that from by the way I race sometimes when it comes to Tier 2, which is tomorrow's race. Hopefully I've done enough practice, although I never feel like I've done enough because I'm a bit pessimistic in that light. But fingers crossed, everything should go well this evening. In terms of no safety cars and good racing, good clean racing, and Deza doesn't get taken out first corner like he did last time. Sorry, Deza. Fingers crossed it's a good race. No rain either. Because the past 2 races, well, I didn't race last week, but the past 2 races I've driven, it's been raining. And the past 2 races, I haven't finished. So I am absolutely praying, if there is a god out there, that I finish these next races. So, I will say this, it is taking an awful long time to start this race up. I'm not sure if there's any problems or anything like that, but hopefully the racing action will get underway as soon as possible. Oh, and the race is about to begin. So, we'll have a formation lap, and then we shall have the feature race, 36 lap of good, clean racing, hopefully. And I'm hoping there's not too many safety cars. Okay, so as the grid stands, it goes Positive, Thallow, Nova, Smiggy, Armor King, Pepski, Matt, Magnetic, Raptor, Hurricane, Endersbay, Alex, Harvey Booth, Deza, Sam and Bisic. Sorry for missing that, everybody, at the point recordings, because they kind of need that to record all the points that have been earned from this race, but luckily it was a sprint. Know the grid now. A lot of time penalties, so that is how it's stacked up. So, fingers crossed, everything should go without a hitch tonight. Because I hate to say it, but safety cars can make a race interesting, because it means we could have a maiden victory or we could have a new championship leader. But they are also extremely painful because I hate slow races and I love seeing a lot of action in a race. So, The majority of the drivers today have gone on hards. Ennis Bay, the lone wolf on softs. And we have a handful of drivers on mediums. So, all the drivers are now lining up, ready for lights out. Here we go then. All lights are going red, all the engines are revving right now. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a good start from Positive, but Thallow has had an even better start, and Thallow gets in front of Positive, and the camera's not changing, so now we will go on board with Positive to make sure everything's going alright. I don't think we've had any kind of collisions yet, but as it stands, Thallow's currently in front of Positive, followed by Nova, Smiggy, Matthew, and Pepski's just gone and made an overtake into 8th position. And we've had a yellow flag, and it looks like it's Magnetic. What's happened to Magnetic then? He might have just spun out or made contact with someone, although I haven't seen any warnings of any kind. So now we go back on board with Thallow. Thallow going to try and extend his gap between himself and Positive. Then Nova is close behind Positive, but Smiggy's even closer behind Nova. Sam's a 10th behind Bicyc, and Bicyc's just made an overtake on Alex F1. Will Alex be able to fend off Sam? Potentially. Oh, and we've had a load of overtakes, and we had a yellow car, and Thallow's set a lap of a 121.504. It's now a rather large gap, and Des has gone into the pits early. Maybe there was a contact and I missed it. I'm not entirely sure. Fortunately, I don't have eyes everywhere. I think what Des will be trying to do now is play the long strategy with the hards, and then he'll be able to use the mediums later on if need be. So now Alex and Sam are currently in an intense battle between each other, trying to overtake each other. But I'm currently sat with Thallow, trying to see what goes on between him and Positive. Positive eager to regain his first place back, and Nova's currently slipping behind Positive with a 1.5 second gap. Now let's go on board with Positive, see if he can't make the move on Thallow. DRS will open on lap 3, so he'll be wanting to save his overtake button. And Magnetic has gone off once again. However, I don't think that's a crash or a DNF. No, he's back on track. He's back on track, it's all good. So now Positive sets a 119.4, DRS will be enabled this lap. But he might not need it, he's using his overtake button right now, and he's making a move on Thallow right now, trying to regain first position, and I think he's actually made it, and yes he has! Oh, but Thallow's close on hot pursuit right now, trying to get back in front of Positive. But Positive will be fighting for his life right now, making sure that he gets as many points as he physically can to try and get back ahead in the championship. I can already tell he is desperate to win this championship. He's had a really good season thus far, so now he won't want anything to ruin it. So there's a 4/10 gap between Harvey Booth and Sam. Hurricane's currently 3/10 behind Sam. Eco Raptors behind Armour King 6/10, and Armour King's 8/10 behind Matt, and Matt is currently trying to close the gap between himself and Smiggy to get in range of DRS and use his overtake button. Going through the grandstands now, and looks like we've had a yellow flag, and it looks like it's Harvey Booth. What's happened to Harvey Booth now? Oh, he's spun off. Okay, and now there is a even bigger gap between Thallow and Positive. A 1.5 second gap, and Bicyc has been hit with his first penalty of the race, and Hurricane makes a move on Sam. And Harvey with a 5-second penalty, and he's retired from the session. Luckily it was in the pit lane, so we won't have any form of safety car, whether it be virtual or full safety car. Sam currently 2 tenths behind. Let's join Sam. Actually, no, let's join Pepski so we can see the action in front of us, because Sam is currently trying to make a move on Hurricane. Just whether Pepski will be able to close the gap between him and Sam. Although Sam is nearly a second, but Sam is now a second behind Hurricane, so Pepski's now in DRS range within Sam, and he has enough ERS to make a substantial jump, and Armour King's currently 10th behind Matthew. Pepski will want a really good exit coming out of here and possibly use his overtake button. Yep, overtake button's active, and so is his DRS right back now. Yep, DRS flaps open. So now you can see the time getting chipped away, the gap's getting chipped away. Will he be able to make an overtake? Is it going to be the last of the late breakers? No, not quite. But we seem to have had a yellow flag. And it looks like EcoRaptor. EcoRaptor's dropped back in the grid. So it looks like Pepski's done good with his overtake. His strategy was there to get to his top speed, and then his DRS will be able to maintain that top speed so he can harvest more energy, so he can use the overtake button closer to the next lap so he can make a move, but he'll want to make sure his laps are flawless so he doesn't fall too far behind Sam. However, he has just put a second between him and Sam right now, so hopefully he'll be able to close that gap. And by the looks of things, Magnetic has spun once again, but no retirement. Let's go on board with Hurricane, because I can see him, he's about to make a move on Alex, but Alex is on the inside unless he can cover enough space between him. Yet more than enough space. He's already made the overtake without even going into the corner, but will he be able to defend it? The mediums are the faster tyres in this situation. But Alex is now close on Hurricane's tail, so now let's join Eco Nova, or Ecos Nova. 5 tenths between him and Thallow, but a 3-second gap's now formed between Positive and Thallow, so Positive won't want to be pressured in any kind of way, because this could cost him vital points in the championship. After this, we only have 3 rounds left of the championship. Bicyc with another 3-second time penalty, and Sam with a time penalty for multiple warnings. And Alex with a time penalty for multiple warnings. Seems to be time penalty central tonight. Excuse me. And we've had another yellow flag on sector 2, and it's Magnetic. And Alex has gone into the pits. See what sort of strategy Alex is going to go for now, and he's serving his time penalty in the pits. Good strategy there, because if there's another safety car... Oh, he's left the session. Rather dubious. and he's gone on to mediums, and Des is now in front of Alex. Now let's go with Ecos Nova into second position now, and Magnet. Wait, no, that is Thallo. That is Thallo rounded, and Matthew's gotten ahead of Thallo. And Bicyc's retired from the session, and by the looks of things, it's a full safety car. Yep, it's a full safety car, so now every car will have a chance to pit. And oh, that was a really bad pit entry there. The stewards will be wanting to look at that after the race. Not taking the proper pit entry at all. Now, what will the race leader do? Because he's currently got Armour King behind him. Let's have a look at how old his tyres are. So he has got 7-lap-old mediums, and the car behind has 7-lap-old hards, and so does Matthew, Sam and Pepsi. Now in terms of tyre life, the hards will last longer, but the mediums can put more of a gap between Sam and the cars behind, because at that point he will be able to get off the line a lot quicker, but at the expense of his tyre wear. And Harvey Booth has, well, he retired about a few laps ago. I don't know why I thought it was a fresh retirement. Compound is he going to go for now? He's gone onto the hards. He's gone onto the hards so he can save the softs until the very last minute. He will be praying for a safety car near to the end, because that means if there is a safety car, he'll be able to go onto the softs, heat them up perfectly. But he's only come out, and he's still in front. Lucky for him, as cars behind him have pit for fresh mediums. So now he has timed that pit stop perfectly. Flawless pit stop strategy from Positive here. As I say, he will not want to lose out on this championship this season after the painful loss he suffered last season in the last race, back in Abu Dhabi. sorry for going quiet there. We are now on green flag positions. Let's go on board with positive. We'll say this is the worst time to need the toilet, but it looks like positive's had a good getaway here. Trying to form a gap between himself and Sam. Little Smiggy's close on Pepski's tail right now. Less than a second separated them, and Smiggy made an overtake on Pepski. And we've got a yellow flag, and it's Magnetic once again. Magnetic's having a nightmare of a race tonight. And Pepski's... Oh, hey, we have a yellow flag, and it looks like it's Matthew. Not good for the championship leader. Well, championship leader, current champion. I know what I'm saying. I promise. Might not seem like I do, but I do, I promise. So, Ecos Nova is behind Sam, and Positive has already stretched a gap between himself and Sam. A 2.8 second gap. 2.9. It keeps fluctuating between those times, and Eco Nova has now overtaken Sam back into second position where he started at the beginning of this race. So now he'll want to hunt down Positive and try get that first position back that he lost last race. Let's have a look at those. Alex is trying to make an overtake on Deza, and Hurricane is currently also trying to make an overtake on Alex. And Thallow has a 3-second time penalty. By the looks of things, Alex is currently AI mode right now. He might be a bit occupado on the old water closet. If you can catch my drift there. Probably hasn't even realised that the race is restarted. So Alex is currently slipping back in positions right now. Ennis Bay is currently trying to make a overtake on Pepski. Who is also ghosted. Has he realised that the race has restarted? He's going to attempt to make an overtake on Sam, but Eco Nova has got to close this 3-second gap between him and Positive if he has any chance of winning this race tonight. And Sam has now got a 3-second time penalty, which is good news for everyone down to Thallow. Actually, no, everyone down to Armageddon, because Thallow himself has got the time penalty. There's a 3-second gap between Sam over, and they just made a really bad mistake there. Oh no! No! And we've had a migrating host. No! The entire race has died. This has happened last time I commentated a race. Is it just a bad omen with me? We were 14 laps into a 26 lap race, and the host migrates. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So, oh dear. I'll join you soon when we have more details on what's just gone on there. But I don't think this result will be final. Right. Scratch that. The race won't be restarted. It was just my connection being extremely poor. So I do apologise about that blip, so we'll have to see how it's looking, although it does seem like Positive's still out in front. Yes, I know I'm in spectator mode. Yep, everything's still here. Whew. Oh, disaster averted. Oh. But yeah, as it stands, there's a 7-second gap between Smiggy and Ecos Nova. And we have a yellow flag, and it looks like Pepski has been caught in the crossfire of this one this time. Deza's in 9th place. Go on, Deza! Oh, and he's now in 10th. And he's gone into the pit. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Right, let's have a see. Armour King's going to try make an overtake on Thalor. Thalor's going to try overtake Smiggy, and Smiggy's going to try get in front of Ecos Raptor. And there's a ever-extending gap between Positive and Nova, so fingers crossed. There's no safety cars in any way, shape or form, because if that happens I will cry. Because as I said earlier on, I do not like safety cars. They can shake up a race. They can shake up a race all they want. But I'm more interested in the battles and the overtakes and the pit strategies and all the other, not seeing a parade of F1 cars. And another yellow flag, and it looks like it's Hurricane. Let's go to Hurricane now, see what happened there. Oh, green flag again. Back on green flag, and Thalor's about to make an overtake on Smiggy, and I caught that just in time as Thalor overtakes Smiggy. My camera work has been on point today. So now we have DRS open, and now Fallow is playing with his DRS. And Hurricane's retired! Hurricane's retired in the pits, luckily. Ooh, no safety car. Whew. Disaster averted. Disaster averted. Currently, Smiggy is going to try to get back in front of Fallow, but Armour King is also creeping up behind the Haas. And as a Red Bull fan, I would really like to cheer on Armour King, but I don't really want to have a bias in this right now. But the gap between Ecos Nova and Positive is only getting wider and wider. Positive running away, so hopefully there's no problem with him. And oh, it looks like Hurricane didn't retire on didn't retire in the pits. He retired on track, and his ghost just seems to be carrying on, and he hasn't pulled over yet. Oh, and there goes the car. It disappeared into the ether. Logic! There's no such thing as a black hole in F1, but if there was, it would make cleaning up after an accident much, much, much easier. For everybody would like a black hole in F1, but we are way behind on that technology, unfortunately. Oh, and we have contact in front between Fallow and not Armour King, Smiggy. And Dez has got a 3-second time penalty. No, Tezza! No! Contact between Armour King and Fallow. That was a bit risky there. Fallow's gone wide, and Matthew's now currently trying to make an overtake on. And Matthew's now got in front of Armour King. Ooh, and Armour King's rounded. He's rounded and he's putting a gap between himself and Matthew. And Pepsi's going to love that. He's going to try and get a gap, but luckily Armour King has kept that fairly on track there. And Matthew's going to try and make an overtake on Smiggy. And meanwhile, Positive still running away in front. Sorry about my phone silence, everybody. I'm currently just intently watching the race. But as it looks right now, not a lot of battling going on. We have Alex trying to overtake Ebbsbay at the back. We have Sam trying to catch Pepsi, who currently has an 18-second gap between Armour King. Smiggy's currently trying to overtake Matthew. So we'll go on board with Smiggy. that we have a yellow flag, and it is a Alpine, I think. I don't know who that is. Raptor has now gone into the pits, which puts Smiggy and Matthew up a position, and I think it will for Armour King as well. Yep, for Armour King, but Eco's Raptor will come out in front of Sam. So Smiggy's currently got a gap of 4 tenths that could be easily closed right now. He's got DRS if he uses his overtake button here, he'll close that gap even more, but I think he's wanting to harvest some more energy, so he has more for the long run. He'll be able to defend Matthew. And it's disconnected me again. It's disconnected me again. Well, this is me never going to be able to do commentary again, is it? Come on, hurry up. Okay, join session time. Join session time. Join session time. Join game. I do apologise about this, everybody. My Xbox never normally is this temperamental. Someone in my house must be using the national grid of electricity and the world supply of Wi-Fi. Okay, there we go. So we have a safety car right as I join back. That is, yeah, not good. Especially not for positive. Oh, positives actually pit on for softs. This strategy is playing perfectly into his hand right about now. Once again, I do apologise for the disconnection. And Dez is retired. No! Why do I leave and everything goes to hell? soon. And right as I say that, right on cue, safety car is in this lap. Beautiful. We'll get about a few solid laps of racing in here. I'd say about 3-4 laps here. Calculations are correct. Yeah, 3 laps of racing after this lap, because obviously the safety car is coming in. So we shall stay on, and oh my lord, a lot of penalties here, shaking up the race yet again. And Positive's had a good set off, but so has Ecos Nova. Now will Ecos Nova be using his overtake button to try overtake Positive here? This is not what Positive wanted. But Positive's on the inside, will he be able to overtake? No, he can't, and Positive's still in the league, and the crowd are roaring on the rating action that they have before them. So now, and now Matthew's trying to overtake Ecos Nova, but Nova's going to try. Oh, and there's nearly contact, which means that there's a gap forming between Positive and Ecos Nova yet again. Positive will want to defend this position with all of his might. And I will say this, I am rooting for Positive this season. He's had a fantastic drive this season, and I hope he does actually win this title this season. But the current reigning champion will obviously want to throw his hand into the mix, but purple sector 2 for Positive. Now a 1.3 second gap between Positive and Nova. Positive's running away with this race. And meanwhile, he sets a 1:17.914. That is an impeccable lap from Positive there. Matthew currently trying to get in front of Nova, but Smiggy currently on Matthew's tail here. It's going board with Smiggy, see if he can't get in front of Matthew. But Armour King's also right on the tail of Smiggy, but the dirty air won't be helping Armour King's situation in a good way. Sam's got another time penalty for multiple warnings, and Ennis Bay is currently sat in 10th. I think he's just been overtaken by Magnetic. Matthew is still trying to hunt down Nova in front of him, but they haven't got DRS, and I don't think they will have DRS. Oh, DRS is now enabled. Will he be able to open DRS right about now? No, he cannot. It's only just open. However, he does have 2 more zones that he can use his DRS in, so he needs not use his overtake button, but currently Positive will be running away with this situation, wanting to keep every single corner clean in and out. Now we've got a yellow flag round the back, and it looks like, oh no, it's Raptor and Thallow. Thallow's gone to the back. Thallow's gone to the back of the grid. And it doesn't look like that Matthew's going to be able to get in front of Nova in time. Actually, he has DRS. Is he going to use his overtake button? No, he's not harvesting enough charge here. He won't be able to get in front. But as it stands right now, well, Sam's just retired, and so Thallow. What's happened there? It looks like there's been a collision. However, Positive has had a really good race throughout the entirety, and he wins the Mexico Grand Prix. Wins the sprint and and Pepski's got another penalty and more retirements at the end, but Pepski has just won a race. He put the car in the front of the grid and he kept it there. Congratulations to Pepski for Driver of the Day, but an even bigger congratulations to Positive for winning tonight's race. So it looks like Christmas has come early for Positive tonight, winning both the sprint race and the feature race here in Mexico. Celebrations for the McLaren team today. A really solid drive today from our boy Positive. Nova just behind, and Smiggy up on podium this week. Good job, Smigs. And then fourth we got Matthew, Armour King, Pepski, Magnetic, Thalo, Ecoraptor, and Enesbay of all finishing cars. So that will be the last race until Christmas. So it's a shame that we're not going to have a race for another 2 weeks. However, everybody needs a break every once in a while, and as it's Christmas, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas this year. Spend time with your family, friends, pets, whatever you're doing. Enjoy it, and we'll be back on the 9th and the 10th in January for round 10. But join us tomorrow for the Tier 2 race, where I myself will be competing. And from Tier 1, have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Sir Badger out.